Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of April right through the end of May 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your career or money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, we've just moved into Taurus season, and that's all about money, acquisitions, and finding opportunities to increase your wealth. Also, it's a time where you may be a little bit more focused on budget, repayment plans, and really putting yourself in positions to acquire more or strategize for the future to increase your prosperity in some way. So let us see what is happening there for you. We do have the Death card there, the Chariot card, and the Lovers card. So that's really about loving what you do, partnering up with the right opportunities, and changing the way that you work in some way in order to move forward and make more progress than you have been doing for some time. The Chariot card can indicate some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck, or you may feel that you've plateaued in some area of your career right now, and you're in a period of reflection in order to diversify or to find alternative ways to grow through your work, your environment, to upskill and to move forward. We've got the Two of Pentacles there. So May is going to be very busy for you. A lot of multitasking. I definitely see that you're going to be occupied in many different directions. So it's going to be a bit of a busy month for you there. Let's see what else is coming in for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Can you please show them the way? Interesting, because we have the Eight of Swords there. So that can indicate right now that you are feeling a little bit either isolated in your current working circumstances, or you feel that you've come as far as you can, and you've almost like been pigeonholed into a certain box. Perhaps you were promised certain things in your career sector to elevate, or perhaps you were promised certain resources or tools to do your job, but nothing's come through yet. Perhaps there's some sort of obstruction, or you feel perhaps that there is some blockage, and it may stem from the very top all the way down. It just feels like things are not running as smoothly as you thought. Maybe a period where things are highly pressurized. Perhaps you're being given more work because there's some restructure or delegation going on there, because there may be some redundancies or some merges going on in the career sector that you're in, and it feels like you're taking on a little bit more work than everybody else. Or it can mean that the industry itself or the company that you work for is really feeling times changing, and they're putting the pressure on in order to up the quota, as it were, or, increase productivity or something like that, because I feel this energy of more and more and more. You're working really hard, but also I feel like you are on a trajectory where you're going to be really proud of your efforts. And actually, I definitely see you being inspired in the month of May. So even though you're going to be really busy, I feel like you're going to be very productive. I actually see some of you, not all of you, but some of you are actually looking at a new wardrobe for your working environment. So this could be a uniform, or perhaps you are deciding to purchase new clothes. Now, my readings, they don't tend to be about aesthetics, but that's coming through there briefly. Some of you may be getting like a new suit or new clothes that kind of reflect how you want to be taken seriously in your career sector. And some of you may be actually doing that in order to interview for new roles, or, you're deciding to look further afield for opportunities. So that's come out there briefly. It may not resonate with everybody. I mean, for some of you, if you're super lucky, you may work in an environment where they actually give you a clothes allowance. Many, many years ago, a friend of mine used to get like a clothing allowance to purchase suits and things like that for their particular work. And that energy is coming out right now. So some of you may be coming to a period where, you're given that resource in order to be able to purchase work clothes. It doesn't have to be a suit. It could be, if you're in construction, for example, it could be like a bursary or some sort of benefit or an award to, get the best items of clothes, like in terms of like a hard hat or, reinforced boots, for example. So please apply it to your industry. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, but that's coming out there too. It's so random. But anyway, let's move forward. The first card for the majority of the energy is the Lover's card. And this is really about partnerships. This is about you loving what you do, because the Lover's card is actually a card of choice. It used to be called the Choice card. So it basically means you're looking at your options right now, looking at the things that you do love in your career or your working environment, things that perhaps you don't love so much there. Eight of Swords can indicate that right now you're trying to find some level of balance with that Two of Pentacles, where you're looking at some of the tasks or responsibilities that you have that make you feel a bit stuck, or that you feel, oh, I really don't want to do that. And you're trying to find an easier way to do it, to streamline your time, prioritize, so that you don't waste your time there as well. I mean, the Lover's card, as you can see here, it literally says give and receive love, but it's also about giving of your time and your energy and your talents in order to be fairly recompensed for it by being financially rewarded. And it says here as well, be open to receiving loving relationships into your life. Now, this card, when you apply it to a career reading, of course, it can indicate that sometimes, because you may have a certain level of perfectionism, or you just know that you do the job the way that you want to do it, that, you don't tend to delegate. You tend to invest all of your time, care, and focus on the task at hand, and you don't accept help. It could be that, you just feel like it would be better if you did it. And sometimes when people see that, they feel like actually you're really capable of doing it all. And of course you are, but then that means they feel like, especially if you get it done in a really quick time, they feel they can delegate onto you. So right now you may be looking at the way people navigate a working environment, how they delegate, or right now you may also think yourself about delegating some of your work. Some of you may even get an assistant at this time, or you may find that there is someone who has some free time and offers up their free time in the month of May, because I feel this person, whoever they are, they're looking for a promotion. So they may put their hand up and say, hey, has anybody got any excess work that they want me to do? Overflow typing, filing, anything like that. So you may see that happen in the month of May. This is not a typical thing. It may come in just for May, is what I see there. So there may be some overflow stuff going on. But ultimately, the Lover's card, when it applies to you, this is really about you looking at your options to see if you're following your heart. It's really a check-in period. I mean, most signs tend to be, right now, in the energy that we're in a check-in period. So if you were that person that, many months ago, you were just doing what you need to do and wait for your bonus, if you're lucky enough to get a bonus, I feel some of you may actually be leaving a position once you get a bonus, because I feel something is offered here. The Knight of Pentacles indicates some new money, something that you worked really hard for, but it's an offering, and it may have been slow to be given. So you may have been expecting it in April, for example, or the company that you work for may have said that this bonus was going to come in April, but it seems to have been delayed. Okay, and I feel the end of May, you're going to see some movement in that area. If you are a freelancer and you don't work for a company, you work for yourself, there may have been some money that was held back or in a withholding period. This may be released in the month of May, especially at the end there. And some of you, of course, if you are waiting for someone to pay you because, they're in arrears and they haven't paid up just yet, they're very slow to offer. I feel like you've done the services for them, but I feel that is going to come in for you, and it just sets you free. It helps you. People don't realize, especially if you're a freelancer and you do the job, and then you're waiting for the payment. Sometimes people don't realize it has such a knock-on effect. They're too busy thinking about their own stuff that they don't realize that if they don't pay you for the service in the time frame that you were hoping for or calculated for, then of course you can't pay bills, you can't pay services, you can't pay for food. So it's a knock-on effect. But I feel there is some movement there, especially if you're a freelancer and you've been feeling the pinch. I definitely see money that you worked really hard for is coming in. And I feel there may even be one client who pays up early. Okay, and it really just gives you that extra resource that you were hoping for. So I see that happening there as well. Now, the Lovers card also indicates, because it's in the protagonist energy, that right now you're making a personal decision, or in May in particular, you're going to be opening yourself up to a major decision that will affect you long term. You're looking at your motives, are you in alignment with your true goals? And are your skill sets being valued? Right now you're contemplating which path to take. And with that Two of Pentacles, it really sort of reiterates that, because the Two of Pentacles is weighing up your options. And I feel like you've got two options on the horizon for you in the month of May. So this could be that if you work for a company, for example, there is a potential here for a new project. This could be something that's very much standalone, where you'll learn new skills, but also there's an opportunity for you to work with a team. So some of you may decide that if you take the standalone project, for example, you may feel a little bit isolated, or, you're really good working by yourself. You're very independent, self-assured, you're very talented and gifted at what you do. But also, I feel the team energy may be a little bit more enjoyable. I feel there's an energy of support here. Even if you work in a very sort of austere environment, I feel, working as a team may actually help bond you together. For some of you, this could be like a team bonding exercise or event that is offered by the company that you work for. And it could be seen as like, come on, everyone, let's get together and like really kind of like gel and bond. And all those people that you see in the hall and may nod to and say hi to, and they ignore you, or, they're so lost in their own world. Suddenly you're all thrust together and you're having to do this teamwork. Sometimes it can feel a little bit eggy at first, but actually I feel that you're going to really enjoy it, and it may surprise you even. And I feel here that you are creating some really strong allies at this event. So if there's an event offered and you're potentially going, oh gosh, I really won't enjoy it, I feel like you may be surprised. Obviously, do what you want to do. I feel for some of you it's compulsory is what I see here, but I feel like you will end up enjoying it, and you're going to build a very strong alliance in your company because of it. This person, I feel you and this person will rise together, and I feel this person will eventually have some sort of clout in the company where they can offer you a bonus or some sort of new money so you can staircase up. And I feel like you're really good at what you do, and they notice this as well. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, this could be an increase in money that's coming in, something that you worked super hard for, but I feel like, you may be surprised that either you got a little bit more than you thought, could be extra revenue coming in there. If you're like on social media, for example, it could be more attention that is coming your way. People seeing what you do and maybe even, reaching out for your services. If you've been working in a business for some time and things have been fluctuating, like 1 month it's been good and the next month not so good, I definitely see a balancing out here and things are picking up pace. I feel things are going to be faster towards the end of the month. So you are going to be super busy, don't get me wrong. And right at the end of the month, I feel everything is kind of needing to be tied up, loose ends. I feel like you're going to be on the go, but it's going to be rewarding, really rewarding indeed. Now, the Two of Pentacles, because we have so many wands at the end here, it tells me that some of you are looking at passion projects or your true north, your true calling. So I feel right now, there's going to be two opportunities laid at your door. One is like a big journey. It feels very much like, being in position for a long time. Okay, now whether it's you being the CEO of your own company or whether it is you stepping up into a leadership role, I definitely see some sort of promotion vibes coming here, or leveling up, being your own boss kind of energy being offered to you. But other than that, I can also feel like a smaller opportunity, which feels like either a project which ends up being a stepping stone, or perhaps some of you are thinking about freelance work or something seasonal, maybe even launching your own business that eventually will become, your main squeeze. It will see you become your own boss there, and perhaps you'll let go of the other thing that you've been working on. But I definitely see right now, because you see there's two ships there. So it means two paths are opening up for you. Ships tend to represent journey, movement, progress. And I feel, the month of May in particular is going to be some major progress. But also I feel there's going to be also some smaller personal wins that you will experience as well there. Two of Pentacles means, some of you at the beginning of May, in order to cover bills, you may be like moving some money around as well from savings plans, moving some stuff about, but also you're going to be paying bills on time. And basically, I feel like you may even look at how you save money, because at the end of the month, I feel like you managed to save more than you expected by implementing some sort of budget or structure there as well. Now, if you're currently out of work and you're looking for work, either you're made redundant or you left a toxic environment, or perhaps a job just came to a natural cycle of an end. I definitely see with that Eight of Swords there and the Two of Pentacles, you're looking at your options and you're feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit stuck. Eight of Swords can be a card of anxiety in the mind. Sometimes we have a little bit of overthinking period, or there's an inner critic in there, especially if you feel like there's no opportunities that fit what you're looking for, or even that would cover your bills at this moment in time. I definitely see something new is coming in. Sometimes, the universe may send us long periods where nothing is happening, and you may be feeling that no job opportunity is going to come along for you. But actually, I feel something has been delayed until it's right for you, where the money will increase. So it's almost like if you've been looking for, say, 6 months, okay, and 6 months ago, this role may have been formulating, but you were not aware of it. And then as it's like coming to fruition and it's suddenly going to be offered out there, it means that there's more money attached to it. So now it's coming into your line of sight, or it's coming to your door, as it were, because now it's right. I feel this role needs your skill set, and you're going to be paid well for it. You'll work hard in it. I definitely see it's a hard-working position, but also I feel there's an energy of it being more in alignment with your true purpose, your mission, your calling, as it were. You're going to be really enthusiastic about it, and I feel like the people that you work with, it's just going to be a game changer, because it just feels like you fit in some way. So whether you are working with a company, I feel that energy, but also if you're an entrepreneur and you've just been launching something new, you may be feeling a little bit isolated, especially with that Eight of Swords there. You may be feeling like you're doing a lot of new things, and you may feel a little bit alone, that there's not information out there of how to do these things. And remember, sometimes, especially when people are elevated to a certain position, they like to close it off. It's a closed shop. So sometimes that information is not readily available because they don't want everybody doing it. But I feel in the month of May, you're going to have a major breakthrough where a door opens wide for you and you get the information, or you get the go-ahead from the universe to either launch it or step into like an inner circle energy. So if you're an entrepreneur and you've been trying to do something like that, I feel you may even go networking and meet someone who is like, yeah, gosh, let me give you the information on that. It's so easy. They don't put it out there because they don't want everyone to do it. But hey, this is how I did it. These are all the legalities of, how to move forward with it. I feel there is an alliance here for you in the month of May. But that Eight of Swords, this is the protagonist energy. So some of you are a little bit worried about something. This is across the board. I feel some of you are noticing shifts going on in the world at large, but also in working environments and industries. So you may have seen some downsizing with the Chariot card in the resistance position. Some of you may have even seen some redundancies in your company and in your industry, and you may be wondering who's next, what's going on there. But I really see that you're an asset to your team or your industry. And yes, there's change. The Death card tells me there's major change or restructure in an industry, and I see that for some of you, it could be that finances are being looked at right now, and it just feels like it's a testing time with the star energy in the resistance position. Some of you are, wondering what it means for you, but I feel intuitively, I'm gotta be honest with the energy, I feel about 30% of you are feeling a shift, and you think, you know what, it's time to get out and put your resume out there and find a new opportunity, because that Page of Wands there, it tells me that there is something new on the horizon for you that you're going to be really excited about. So if you have been putting your resume out there and you're looking for a new role, there is one being offered in the month of May, and you're going to get some great news on it. You may interview for this. You're definitely following your passions for this, and it's going to change everything. This is a great opportunity for you. And the rest of you, I feel you can see these changes, and I feel like you are going to embark on a new project or something new and exciting in your current circumstances. So you may be staying where you're at, but it changes the way that you work. So I feel this like trailblazer, maverick kind of energy going on there. And this may be an alliance that you form on this team building event or day or something. And this person kind of sets you up for it or tells you about it. And it kind of just launches you even higher up the ladder. Even though there are some changes and redundancies going on in your working environment, I see change could be good for you in this circumstance, okay? So I definitely see there's nothing to worry about here. Now, on a personal level, I feel some of you, and this is going to be a message that nobody really wants to hear. We do have the Chariot card. It's in the resistance position, so you got it in the reverse basically, but it will go into the upright. Some of you may have some car trouble if you have a car this month, and I feel, with the Knight of Pentacles in the resistance position, it does tend to tell me that something may not work. Now, this could be a tail light. It could be, a headlight. It could also be like a fan belt, or, it just feels like one item. It's not a write-off. I feel there's like one item that may not work and may need to get fixed in the month of May. With the star energy, it's fixable. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. It's fixable there, whatever it is, but you may need to pay out a little bit of money for it. It's not a major amount. I want you to be aware of that, but I do see that it may be a little bit annoying, and that's why you may need to shuffle some finances around there. So, I get this energy of be prepared for that. It's not something serious, but it's something annoying that has to be fixed. Okay, so for me, I get an energy. It could be something to do with lights. So it could be the headlights, tail lights, indicators, or something. That's what I've got coming through, but it may not resonate for everyone, so that's happening there, okay? I mean, you do have that Chariot card, and it literally says here, make a choice, make a decision, and follow it through. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck or indecisive about a next path or a next step on your career path, I definitely get a sense here that clarity will be yours in the month of May. I always say, imagine yourself in each eventuality. If you have two options and a choice to make, then imagine yourself in choice A. What would your life be like? What would your working day be like? What would your bank balance be like? What would your secure future look like? What would the workload look like? What sort of people are in that type of industry? Really imagine it, visualize it. And if your heart doesn't skip a beat and think, yeah, that's it, then that's not the option for you. So imagine yourself in option 2 there, option B, whatever, and just sort of go, okay, how will this look like? And if your heart is like, yeah, that's it, that's how I visualize my future, then of course that's the one for you. Sometimes we can just look at the sort of overarching energy of the options and think, well, this looks like a great idea right now, but in the long term, maybe not. And this one, I need the money now, so maybe this is a great option because I need the money now. So I feel like you're really looking at the long term, because with that star energy, this is like you have a brighter future to look forward to, and you're going to be moving forward. But right now, you may feel like you're putting a lot of effort. You're so busy, under pressure, maybe even burnt out. For some of you, maybe exhausted, and you're wondering, are you on the right path? Are you working towards something? Is it worth it? And I see that the answer is yes, but I feel some of you, the way you work or changing a certain aspect of the way that you work will help you be more inspired or help you, elevate to where you want to go. Because I feel like you're going to be more in the flow in the month of May, even though you're going to be super busy. I definitely see that you're going to enjoy the energy that is available to you to tap into. The Chariot card, of course, it will be in the upright position by the end of the month. So this is moving forward. It's being triumphant. It's a card of success, but it's also a card of seeing progress. So I feel if some of you have been promised a bonus or a raise and it hasn't come through yet, it's definitely coming through at the end of May for you. And also for some of you, there may even be a position that was offered to you and it's just been slow moving. Your boss may have talked to you about it, but it's not materialized just yet. Well, it's going to become a reality in May and even further on, May, June time. I feel this is when you could start it. It feels like on the cusp. So I definitely see that opportunity is there. Now, some of you with that Chariot card, of course, you have to make a decision. So this is a big month in May for you to make some major shifts and changes for your highest good. But also with the Chariot card, I mean, some of you are tying up loose ends. You're really busy on the go because you have a vacation that you want to, go off and enjoy, explore, have an adventure. So you're making sure that everything is in order. Some of you may even need to train someone whilst you're away, to do the role whilst you're away. And that may just feel like a very heavy energy. So not only are you doing the role, but also you're training someone else up with all the skills that you have and just showing them how to do stuff while you're away. And it just feels like you're doing two jobs because you're doing it, then you're showing someone how to do it. And it just feels like it's slowing you down a bit. But I feel it will be rewarding because whoever you have shadowing you at this time, I feel like they really do make an effort to make it work while you're away. And when you come back, you'll be like rejuvenated. And also you'll feel that the majority work has been done. So you won't have to go back on yourself and catch up. But knowing your energy, looking at you here, it's almost like you may just check in to see everything was in working order and was done correctly whilst you were away. But I feel you were still missed. Okay, so when you go on a vacation, I feel like you'll still be missed. Now, some of you beautiful Pisceans, you may have felt that you've been working really hard and there's been no appreciation. To have the star energy in this position, which is of course in the reverse, but then it will go into the upright there. This can indicate that some of you feel like you're not seen in the working environment, that you just head down, just doing what you got to do. And as long as you do your part of the work, then everything's A-okay. I feel actually that you are appreciated and there's some sort of recognition coming to you in the month of April. I feel it's more than just a bonus or a financial indication that you're doing a good job, because I definitely see some elevation or raise happening here for you. Because with that Knight of Pentacles, there is extra money being offered to you or some financial offer. It's a realistic offer, shall I say, in alignment with the industry that you're in, but also with all the effort that you've been putting in. I mean, for the role, it feels realistic, but you tend to go above and beyond. So in terms of the effort that you make, I feel like there should be a little bit more coming your way, but I feel, it's realistic for the job sector that you're in at this moment. So that's what I'm seeing, because I feel there's a lot of difficulty going on in the job sector at the moment, but there will be a reshuffle and things will get easier later on. I do see 24 and 25 in terms of year 2024, 2025. Let me be clear there that there will be some hardship in industries across the board. So that means more work, more emphasis on productivity, but also, I feel like there's a lot of restructure going on there. I feel it will hit every industry, but you will find your flow to being on the right path for you and stepping into a very inspired position where your passions are making a difference, because it's all about value. Now, some of you, if you've been working in a very toxic environment and you've just left it or you're thinking about leaving it, I feel like you're going to be in a period of healing. And also I feel like you're going to get some clarity in order to move forward and away, because a Chariot card can be a move. Some of you may be relocating. There may even be a period where you're offered a new role, a transfer to a different department or a different branch. You know, some of you may even be like being seconded to a different country or, you know, a different branch of whatever it is that you do. And it's exciting, but at the same time, I feel it's a shift. It's a big transition. And you're going to breeze it. It's fine. But if you have been working in a very toxic environment, allow yourself to heal, because people don't realize that, you know, we talk about healing when it comes to personal stuff, when it comes to, you know, the family or relationships, but we also need to heal when it comes to working environments, because sometimes there can be such toxic energy there, micromanaging or people undercutting you, undervaluing you, dismissing you, isolating you. It can really take a toll on your confidence. So I feel it's really important to recognize that there has to be you detaching from any negative situations in order to reestablish your sense of value, because you're really gifted. You put your whole heart and soul into everything that you do, and you are changing your future. I definitely see there is a brighter future for you to look forward to. And of course, you are going to increase your finances. But some of you may be working really hard, and right now you're just not seeing the results of all this hard work. You've committed yourself. You're like, where's the rewards? It just feels like something's not working for you. I definitely see there's a breakthrough coming for you, but also I see you making a period of adjustment where you're looking at the things that are working for you and the things that are not. And I feel like you're prioritizing, you're making more time for the things that are working. And, you know, all the other stuff, I feel like you're just distancing yourself from it because you don't want to waste your time. And time is of the essence here. Some of you may also have a deadline to work to in the month of May, and I definitely see that you're going to be right on target. You may even get something in under the deadline date, okay? So, and that will really impress people either in your industry if you work for yourself, or, you know, your boss if you work for a company, an establishment. Now, I feel there's just this major energy of just feeling like it's the same old thing, just a different day. And how can you, you know, develop in your career? You may feel you've hit a plateau or something just isn't working for you right now and you're trying to restructure. Some of you may want to stay where you're at, because I feel there's kind of a should I stay, should I go kind of energy here. I mean, the Death card is like a rebirth. So this could be like a second wind, you know, extra energy, different motivation, a different perspective, you know, a change in the way that you work can be, you know, even the best sort of medicine for whatever it is you do that gives you more vitality and more sort of spontaneity in your work, because I feel some of you have been just feeling that things have been chaotic recently and you just want to know which way is up. The Death card is a card of a new chapter or new doors opening up to you, and I feel some of you are like releasing something that just has not been working for you and you're embracing something new. Pages bring news, so I definitely see that there is some sort of good news that will liberate you out of this stuck situation and help you move away from something that either seems dead end or that seems like it's going nowhere. I also see that some of you maybe breaking out of an old habit or cycle. And what I mean by that is because I'm being shown, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing a reading, I'm being shown like a stack of books, right? And they're all by the same author. Now this author came up in a reading like maybe a couple of months ago, maybe even just before the new year started. I can't really remember. And it may not have been for your sign, but I'm going to give you what I can see. Bob Proctor, okay? And it's, I'm seeing Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. That's one book. I've also can see The Art of Living. And then the other one's a little bit like blurry, but it's something about being rich, I think. So, I mean, there's like a stack of books here. So this can indicate some of you are actually deciding to learn more about attracting more wealth or changing. As I said, we've got the Death card there, so it's change. And that book, it says Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. So it's almost like there is some sort of shift within you where you're changing your mindset, you're changing your thoughts about your path, you're changing your energy, because remember, thoughts become things, and what you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand. Yes, you're doing the physical work towards something, and it is hard work. You're working hard with this card, and all the money that you accomplished so far is because you earned it. You worked super hard for it. and you need to be proud of yourself. And I definitely see that some of you are, laying the groundwork or laying the foundational work by learning through authors or, some sort of knowledge courses online or just books. I feel like you're learning how to shift your perspective in order to change your present and your future reality, in order to upskill, move on up, and sort of like be really wealthy for you and your family there. So that may be relevant for some of you, maybe not all of you. Maybe you're going to actually just see a pile of Bob Proctor books over the next coming weeks, and this signifies some sort of epic good news that's going to change the way that you work, and it's going to be very exciting because this is a very exciting card. Pages, as I said, bring news, so this is about you exploring your options, but having an opportunity to do something new and bold and daring. For some of you, it could be that you're launching a business, a side hustle, and you're really enthusiastic to get going. Some of you may have felt a little bit unsure about when is the right moment to launch it, but I definitely see the end of May being a very lucrative time for you to just take that leap of faith and get yourself out there. For some of you, you may even be writing a book about your experiences or trying to inspire other people. So you may be collaborating in some way. And by collaboration, I mean, it could be you and a publisher or you and an accountant, to find the best way forward financially. For some of you, it could be you and your boss working on a project, you and a company, or maybe you and someone else in your industry thinking about like brainstorming and coming up with great ideas on how to navigate and transform an industry so that you are like a maverick, a trailblazer, and that you set yourself apart from the rest. Because what I see here, whether you work for yourself or whether you work for a company, I feel like you really are going to be appreciated and stand out for your work ethic, for your diligence, for your professionalism. I really have an energy here of you having a great reputation for what you do. And I feel there's some sort of, because I'm being shown an envelope right now, so I really feel my guides are pushing me towards the energy of news, some sort of news that is exciting, but you'll have to act on it. So this could be like a new endeavor comes in, but it means you traveling across the world, or it means you being nomadic. I mean, some of you are trying to work out how to work nomadically in different countries, or how to be a little bit more free in your working environment so you have more time for you and your family. So I definitely have this major energy coming out. It's more about your path, your true calling, but also, finances are a part of it. And, I get the sense here with the Queen of Wands that you're following your passions. You are magnetic at this time. And what's really interesting about the Bob Proctor books that I'm seeing there, because they're still there, normally the images, they come and then they go, okay? And they're still there. So that tells me that I haven't really identified what it is my guides want me to say about it, but I feel I am on it now. I get the energy because this is a card of magnetism, and Bob Proctor was someone who really tapped into the law of attraction. You may have even seen some of his quotes in the book The Secret, if you've read it. If not, then maybe this is an indication to do that. I'm not here to advertise anybody's work or sell anything or promote anything, but it's coming up in the water, so it must be relevant for somebody out there. But the Queen of Wands is really about you attracting and having the power to attract more. I feel some of you are trying to approach your work in a more spontaneous way so that you enjoy what you do, because sometimes when we do something over and over and over again, we start to feel at first that we're in a repetitive cycle. It just feels like same, everything's like, the same. It's just nothing changes. But actually, that's when you're becoming a master or a mistress of your craft, because you're so good at what you do, it becomes second nature, that you are the person who is at the top of their game, the person who people come to because you're so good at what you do. Because the more you do, the better you get. And I also feel like not only are you mastering your craft, but also you want to enjoy what it is that you do. So right now you've got a lot to think about. Queen of Wands also indicates that this is a period where you are in a really great position to express yourself in your career and negotiate better deals. So I feel some of you, you may be offered something that you feel, okay, that's nice, but it's not really the right money right now. So I'm going to say no, I'm going to pass until such time as you reevaluate the money or the paycheck that's involved in this. And I feel by you standing your ground and showing that you value your skill set, obviously in a diplomatic way, I feel like you attract more. So I feel an offer may come back and, you find that actually you increased the offer and you'll get an offer that you're happy with there as well. But ultimately, Queen of Wands is, about you being passionate about what you do. I definitely see with the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands, a lot of you are thinking about a budget because Queen of Wands can indicate some of you are tempted to overspend in some area. I mean, we all are tempted sometimes to overspend if we see something we really like. It's nice to treat yourself. These cards, they indicate, of course, treat yourself, but shop around because you will find a better deal. You will find discounts in all areas right now. And whatever it is that you want, you're not, preventing yourself from getting something that you want. You're actually finding a better deal so that you save a little bit more money. Because I definitely see that you're being able to save more at the end of May than at the beginning there. Also, with that Queen of Wands energy, I feel luck is on your side. Normally, we have the salamanders in the wands. Okay, so as you can see, there's always salamanders on the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Wands there. But the Queen has a black cat. So it's like you don't need protection at this time. Luck is on your side. The universe is being benevolent to you to bestow an opportunity. This could, materialize in the form of a bonus, a raise, or an opportunity that is more in alignment with your true calling, like a dream job opportunity. Ultimately, your future self is going to be thankful for everything that you're working hard towards right now. And with that sunflower on the Queen of Wands, it tells me that you're deciding to go where you feel happy. That's really important that, you establish healthy boundaries, healthy ways of working, and you're trying to increase your productivity whilst making sure that you don't burn yourself out and you remain enthusiastic about what you do. So some of you may be investing in yourself by taking up a course of learning or thinking about doing one, but I definitely see that, it's going to benefit you long term to open you up to a higher pay grade there as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Now, of course, this reading is all about career and money. I can't ignore the fact that the Lover's card could indicate that there is some chemistry between you and a person in your industry or in your working environment, and there is a potential here for romance. With the Two of Pentacles there, I feel some of you are a little bit undecided because you don't want to mix business with pleasure there. The Eight of Swords is like you may feel a little bit stuck, especially if someone is giving you romantic advances and you're not interested in this person, because part of you, it feels like you're not invested, or you may feel that perhaps a person who is offering these romantic inclinations, they are just coming out of something else and they haven't healed yet, and you're just like, I just feel like you're just not sure about it. So anything you're not sure about, whether it's love, whether it's a contract, whether it's an opportunity, it's time to reflect and dive deeper to investigate whether it's right for you or not. Okay. Now we do have the blood moon there, and it says here, tensions are high, proceed with caution, conflict, trouble, or warning. Okay, now of course I don't see any warning here in your reading, but with the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Lover's card, choices do need to be made, and you need to pause and reflect in order to make that decision. So some of you with the Star energy and the Chariot card in the Resistance position, it can indicate that you've been feeling stagnant, or you feel very tested in your current circumstances. There may be a lot of negativity in your working environment, maybe even no support at this time, but I definitely see there's some sort of change in that area where people are going to start to work together. And as I said, some sort of team building thing will actually bring people together a little bit more. But with the Knight of Pentacles in this position, it can indicate that something isn't working, or you feel that there is some sort of merge or restructure in your current circumstances, and you're feeling that there are some bigger changes to come. It's almost like an omen. So trust your intuition, really tap into that. You're given that intuition for a reason, and you'll know what to do. But as I said, I feel like there is a strong alliance here where there's a person that they see the value of your work and what you bring to the table of this career sector, and they want to elevate you, and they're actually in a position to help as well. So I definitely see that happening there. But with that, tensions are high. I see it's like more work coming towards you, or, you know, you're going to be multitasking. There's just a lot going on right now, and it can feel a little bit chaotic at the beginning of May for you. But I feel like you're on it, okay? Now we also have, I don't know if you heard that really loud knock. There's no one here but me. So that was one of my guides, just sort of like underlining the fact that, you know, I see that you're in a really good position. There's nothing to worry about, okay? Even though there may be some uncertainty, sometimes the universe sends us major change and reconstruction in order to check in with ourselves, just to make sure that we know that we're on the right path. Sometimes it gives us an evaluation period when we feel, you know, there's change afoot, because sometimes we can be in a role and we're just doing. We're on autopilot, we know what we're doing, and then suddenly we hear about restructures, mergers, and we're like, oh, what does that mean for me? So then you start thinking about your long-term plans, your path, where you feel secure. So I feel like, you know, sometimes a period of uncertainty can really make you check in with yourself to see if you're truly aligned with what you're doing right now, and if you're not, what steps you need to take in order to get on that path. Now we also have the pink moon. Okay, which of course we just had recently. It says, expect exciting declarations of love, partnership, commitment, and fairness. Now, Lover's card, along with this card, it doesn't have to be about romance. It can be about partnerships, alliances. I've already mentioned that. But also some of you could be partnering up with a company that you know, has promised some things and they haven't materialized just yet. They will. I definitely see that they will. There will be change and progress in that area. Also, some of you are thinking about a real company feeling of togetherness, where you feel like you gel with the people that you work with. I definitely see that happening for you as well. But some of you may have even been thinking of a company that you want to work with, or an industry that you want to work in. So I feel like you've established yourself as far as you can come in your certain position, and you're looking for new opportunities there. You are going to be really surprised with the power of your mind. So if, for example, you have a company name or brand or industry that you have in mind that springs to mind straight away, the first answer is always the true one, then you're suddenly going to find the universe is going to nudge you off in that direction, because thoughts are becoming things, okay? I'm actually being given the word identity right now as well. So this can indicate that you identify with the people who work there, or a company that you really want to work with. You just feel like they're your kind of people, and you feel like you could really make a difference in their company. The universe is going to orchestrate a meeting or an opportunity from that company. I mean, the word identity could actually be in the name of the company. ID, I mean, it could be something that is related to ID services. I'm not really sure. Please take it as it resonates. I was just given the word identity. So yeah, let's just leave it there. I'm not really sure where it's going with that. But we've also got Sky God, okay? And this says, the time is now to put things into action. And that's the masculine energy of doing, assertiveness, and boundaries. So definitely erecting healthier boundaries in the working environment, channeling your energy into things that you love doing, delegating on things that perhaps you don't like doing, or even phasing it out if you feel it's not working for you there as well. But I definitely see May is just a major month of change, but I feel like you're in control of the changes. I feel this is more about you checking in to make sure that you're on the right path, and maybe even tweaking the plan a little bit. Doesn't mean that the goal is not the same, because I feel like you reach your goals, but I feel how you approach it in a different way or a different mindset will make all the difference for you, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. We've got two rune, actually. Oh, I'm loving the first one. You've got the cattle rune, which is all about wealth. So increasing finances or being financially fulfilled. This is also a position of power rune. It can indicate material gain, of course, in the form of a bonus, a raise. It can come after a disappointment, this rune as well. So if something didn't go your way or was promised to you but hasn't materialized, as I said, I feel things will change in that department and you'll be pleasantly surprised. And if you've been having money problems, I definitely see that restructuring or re-strategizing a budget, but also the universe is sending you a resource to help you in that area as well. So keep your eyes peeled, because I feel there's a nice little surprise from the universe there. Now, finally, there's an energy coming off that rune, and it can mean this sometimes. It can mean arguments being, dissipated, or a solution being found to someone who's been causing some sort of problem there. If you've been having a setback or there was some sort of disagreement between you and somebody, I see that it gets resolved, okay? And also, we have the wood rune, and this is all about energy. So interesting, it really connects to the Bob Proctor stuff. But this rune, it's all about positivity, rapport between people, camaraderie, knowledge being power. It could also indicate, noticing terminations. So it could be, you noticing some redundancies in your industry, and maybe that's making you feel very uncertain or a little bit nervous about the way ahead. But I see some really great opportunities coming up for you. So I see that some of these changes are really going to benefit you in some way. And I feel also that this is a rune that connects to giving up the old, outdated practices. Whether it's like getting a new laptop or new filing system, or maybe some of you, it's like, this isn't working anymore, so it's just out of date. Let's revamp. I definitely see that it will benefit you long term in the way that you're working, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates with you, my beautiful Pisceans. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. I do see some major shifts and changes for you, but ultimately this month it feels very busy. I mean, I'm talking about May. It feels very busy for you. I feel like you are going to navigate through this busyness. You're going to have to make some decisions, of course, but I feel like you're going to be completely on target. And the only reason I'm still talking after I've said what I normally close the reading is because I'm suddenly hearing a song. It's a very famous song. It came up a couple of months ago as well, maybe even for your sign, but I can't really remember. Moving on up. And people, I'm hearing moving on up, moving on out. Nothing can stop me. That's what I'm hearing right now in the song. And you may hear this song over the next 6 weeks, and it'll indicate some new opportunity that will benefit you, coming in for you. You're going to hear news on it, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.